Hey everybody, welcome to the real United States, and welcome to Edward R. Murrow Park. Now, Edward R. Murrow Park is this little stretch, this little triangle of land just west of the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue at 18th and Pennsylvania. And it is dedicated in the honor of Edward R. Murrow, born Egbert, so you understand why he goes by Edward. And Murrow was probably one of the greatest journalists of the 20th century. Maybe one of the greatest journalists in the history of journalism. He was known for having a lot of integrity and standing up for what he believes is right, not slanting the news, yada yada. In 1960, the new president, John F. Kennedy, personally asked Murrow to head up the International Communications Agency. It was the successor to the U.S. Communications Agency, and which Murrow became the head of from 1961 to 1963. Interestingly enough, the year that Kennedy was assassinated and therefore left office. Now, Murrow has the distinction of being the only journalist to have federal lands named in his honor. So that tells you something about how Murrow is held in history. Now, I'm sure that many of you, or at least some of you that are older, my age and above, will know that Edward R. Murrow had a bit of a run-in with the late Senator Joseph McCarthy. Well, a lot of people in communications had a run-in with Joseph McCarthy, and you know, I'm not going to make any bones about it, people. I'm not a McCarthy fan. Don't like the man. Well, I wish to talk ill of the dead, but didn't like him. Don't like him. Anyway, Murrow had quite a round with him, but he survived, and like I say, led a career of great integrity. Now what you see, I'm not the incredible shrinking man, by the way. What you see beside me are a pair of solid bronze, well, not solid, they're actually hollow, but they're constructed of completely bronze statues by an artist by the name of Jack Champion. And they were put here last year, actually, in 2017. He had been trying to play with perspective. It had something to do with a perspective issue at Burning Man. I think he had hoped these were going to be used there. But anyway, they ended up being installed here for reasons that defy understanding in Edward R. Murrow Park. And I see my son is moving behind the building across the street. Anyway, so the interesting thing about Edward R. Murrow Park, you got these two giant crows, which incidentally are each constructed out of 40 pieces of bronze, here in the park, but there's no statue of Murrow himself. And that troubles me a little bit. I don't know, maybe it shouldn't, but it does. It seems like there should be a life-size statue of Edward R. Murrow here in Murrow Park, and I don't know why. But the fault, dear Brutus, lies not in our stars, but with ourselves. Good night, and good luck.
Thank you.